Oh man, it's all choppy. Is it all choppy for everyone out there? I'm trying to do a cool little intro video. Let me see if I can clear some stuff up. That's the thing about live YouTube shows. You never know when something's gonna go wrong. Let me try that again. Nope. Oh man. Maybe we'll do the intro video later. I'm trying to show you some cool live footage I shot of Catbite, our guest tonight. Let me try to clear this room up a little bit and see what happens. Hello to everybody out there. This is VonPod. I am Kevin Vonesper. It's me. I'm here. It's a little later than usual for this show, so I hope my nighttime people come and join us. I know I like the night better than anything else. Fuck it. I guess we're not going to do an intro video. We'll try it again later. Are you guys good to come in? Give me a thumbs up. All right. Hello, Catbite.
What up?
Hello.
Man, I feel like...
and a cat.
Yeah. Do we got the cat? One of the cats in there?
Yeah, we got
one of them.
Xena Princess
Awesome.
Warrior. She's just chilling. She wants to leave.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
she's like, fuck this show.
Yeah,
she's finicky. She's gonna want to come back.
All right, she's back. She's back. We're back. All right, she just wanted to check out what was going on in the hallway.
See, if I was there in person, you know, animals usually like me, but I don't know about this digital thing. Every time I go live, or not live, but every time I video chat with my friend who has a new dog, it gets so jealous and it starts attacking her. It's so funny.
Oh, dogs
I don't know.
They just need attention constantly.
Yeah, it's only me apparently. Like every time she starts talking to me, it just like starts jumping on her and it's so crazy. It's kind of cute though. Hello, Catbite, Tim and Britt.
Yes. What's up?
What's going on? I know, Britt, I met you outside of St. Vitus. I don't think, Tim, I got to talk to you.
No, I did not. That was a wild night. That was so much fun. That was such a good show.
It was so fun.
Shit,
that was your first headlining show in New York, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Tell me about that. Let's just start right there.
I mean, for me, I'll say I was like a little nervous. All the the few like headline shows that we did, I was nervous for all of them because you're the band that's like bringing the crowd out. So like I was nervous that maybe people wouldn't show up, and also New York, I feel like is a very much like a walk up kind of crowd. So like ticket sales for that show weren't as high as I would have liked them to begin with, but lots of people walked up for that show, and it was so fun. It was so fun.
It was so
packed. It was fun. You did pack the place, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I was really excited to see you. You just were one of those bands that just kind of the name just kept popping up in all my little circles. And I'm like, who is this band? I got to go check them out. I see they're playing. They're on this World Inferno record. They're like, I just see your name popping up everywhere. And you're about to go on like you're going to have like a crazy year coming up. Is that?
Yes.
Correct? Yeah, we got so much coming up.
Yeah.
We got our first show back with Tim's brand new hip this Saturday.
Right. I was going to ask you about that too, if you wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, he's going to test it out. It's a brand new hip.
Yeah. So like basically for the past like 3, 4, 5 years, I've been dealing with like crazy arthritis in my hip, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse. And like for about 3 years, basically ever since we started playing shows in this band, it was like bone on bone arthritis, just extremely painful all the time when I'm on stage, when I'm sleeping, when I'm walking. Like it was just, everything just sucked. I was just basically just turning into just a miserable, angry person. And, especially doing the thing that I love the most was like the most painful. Like we played like 70 shows, like almost 70 shows last year, and
I heard it was 69.
It was 69.
You're not gonna get away with that one here.
I'm still so frustrated because like we did a count we log all of our shows, and we have a spreadsheet. And our bass player Ben, he usually is the one that's or like has that and stuff. And I went back and I looked and I counted it, and I came up with 67. And I was so mad. I'm like, fuck, like we don't have time for more shows this year. And then I like posted, we like posted about it online and stuff, like, damn, we need 2 more. And then a couple of days later, he's like, I went back and looked at it, and like 2 of the show, he forgot to put 2 shows on there, 2 house shows that we played, which still are shows. And then it was just like, it was already too far. It was like, I already like we said about it online, like we just 67. It didn't feel right to be like, oh, we miscounted. So, but yeah, we did 69 shows without even trying last year, which is really cool.
But you're definitely gonna do more than that this year.
Yeah, I was actually just looking, and we have announced like already like 57, 58 shows already announced, and we have at least another 10 shows that is not announced. And then plus there's just whatever we haven't booked yet.
It's so early already, and you got like almost your whole year planned out. I'm sure there's some other things are gonna pop up.
Yeah. So
I was thinking, I don't know how I don't know. It seems like from what been following you, you're kind of like putting all in this year, right? You're quitting your jobs. You're like, how does that feel? Did that I read you just kind of like?
Yeah, I just quit my job this like a couple hours ago.
Yeah,
literally had my last day of work. I'm a bike mechanic. I was a bike mechanic. I was at the job for 8 years. It got to the point where they couldn't accommodate the time off I needed to go on tour. Luckily, Britt and our drummer Chris, they're bartenders, and luckily that there's a lot more flexibility there. And then our bass player Ben, he's a dog daycare manager and can work from like while he's on tour and stuff.
That's cool.
So it's like a weird, it's kind of scary thing that we're doing right now, where we're all
gotta be pretty exciting though. You're just like,
oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would not quit my job if I didn't think that we had a chance to, take this full time and just like keep growing. And, we like halfway through last year, we get to the point where we're finally paying ourselves like for every show. And it's like, we're able to like come home from tour and pay our bills, and we're not, like a lot of us have been touring since, we were in our teens and stuff, and like sleeping on floors and, just, getting by. And it's like, it's cool to see that we've finally got past that little like where we can afford like stay at a hotel every couple nights and like actually pay ourselves and like not just eat peanut butter, like this is what we want to do for the rest of our lives, and like we're not trying to burn ourselves out. We're also we're all in our 30s now. Ben's almost 30.
He's almost 30.
He'll be 30 in March. Yeah, so like we're not 20 years old anymore.
Right.
We're in it to win it, and like
you're almost gonna be an adult band.
Yeah, that's the plan, is to be an adult band. But yeah, I mean, the name of the game is this year is just tour and hit all the cities that we have yet to go. We're hitting the West Coast finally. We're hitting Australia. We're hitting the UK.
I'm going to talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about Australia. Trust me, that's like right in another one of my wheelhouses.
Yes.
Yeah, that's, I mean, of all the bands I've been seeing, like, I think you guys actually have a shot at that. So I'm like so excited for you, because not only were you popping up everywhere, I'm like, this band writes fucking hits.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
So, and I'm like, I'm feeling the buzz. Like, I had to check it out for myself. And I think my computer like calmed down a little bit now. So let me try to play that video again.
Oh yes.
And then we'll run some commentary over it,
Cool.
Let's see if it's gonna work. Yeah. This is at St. Vitus.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I sent you guys this stuff, but
wow.
There's people dancing.
Look at that. Dude, you got New Yorkers to move. Yeah, this was just on my cell phone, so I'm like really excited to actually bring a real camera to one of your shows.
Yeah.
That's pretty good video for
I know.
just
Not
cell
to,
phone.
you know, these cell phones are gonna put me out of business as a video guy. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's like yeah, I have a DSLR camera, it does me well, but these phones can do 4K now. What am I? What the hell?
I know.
Yeah.
And you got like the cinematic mode and like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Yo, I can't wait to play a show again. Holy shit.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Well, I'm
I'm
excited
excited.
because I'm gonna be there.
Yes.
That's your first show back this year, is that true?
First show, yeah, first show of the year. First show in December, early December,
That's
mid-December.
great. Yeah. And so, do you have a history with the Screaming Females?
They, yeah. So they brought us on tour back in April. Like our first like kind of real big boy tour.
It's gonna be, I think, 7 days.
It's gonna be 7 days,
Mhm.
and after our first show, one of us got COVID,
Oh,
and then we had to
no.
drive home from Illinois.
Bloomington, Illinois, all the way back to Philly,
Yeah,
and it was the saddest drive home.
yeah, because we do like it was at the end of another tour with Mustard Plug, and we basically drove to Illinois, played the show, and then woke up the next morning, and then we're like, oh fuck, okay, and then drove home. But yeah, so like we love Screaming Females so much. I've seen them. We've both seen them like millions of times. We've been fans of them forever. So it was so cool to reach out to us about doing shows with them, and then and to still want to do shows with us, especially to have like their very special record release weekend.
Also, they according to we have the same booking agent, and they're like very hard on like he'll say, "What about this band?" and they're like, "No, no." No, but they like us.
Yeah.
so
that means a lot.
Yeah, it means a whole fucking lot because they're so good.
Yeah, and it should be good shows too, because it's like their hometown, New Jersey.
Yeah, and record release and
and the record release. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. And let me do a little show and tell. Part of my show is I get to, if I'm gonna talk about it, I like my props. You know, I learned well from my prop bands.
Nice.
And I have this Screaming Females Garbage EP.
Hell yes. Hell yeah. That's
signed
sick.
by Garbage, actually.
That's awesome.
I mean, holy crap, if you're a band or working with Garbage. I saw Screaming Females probably like 10 something years ago in Brooklyn. It was a good time. Have you seen this? Wait, let me put up the flyer. I have the flyer here somewhere. There. Nope, that's the Brooklyn show. Here we go. Oh, there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Gosh, it's so good.
Have
Marissa
you?
Did that, right?
Yeah, Marissa did the art.
She always does that.
Oh yeah. Oh, the singer.
Yeah, she does like all their art and like most.
Oh, that
their,
makes sense because look at like this. This looks exactly like it, right? This kind of aesthetic.
Yeah, I think every album she's done the album artwork.
Yeah,
I have another one of their CDs upstairs somewhere.
Yeah, and they're like shirt designs and all that stuff.
Have you heard this band Gel?
Yeah,
they're really cool.
I'm excited to see them too. They're like really hardcore.
Me too. Yeah.
I know. That's why I'm like the
It's a funny lineup. I feel like.
I don't know who Laura Stevenson is, but everyone else, I'm like, oh, I need to see this show.
Laura Stevenson is great. She's it's like kind of indie pop rock.
Yeah,
and it'll be full band too. So I'm excited. I don't think I've ever seen her perform, but she does like a lot of stuff with like Jeff Rosenstock and
she was in the music industry for like a hot second.
Yeah, she like toured in the band and just has like always been running in that like circle of awesome bands.
Yeah, she's really cool.
So
it'll be so fun.
Yeah, I was checking out the venue because my friends work there sometimes too as like sound people. Like this looks like a legit spot. I can't believe I've never been there yet.
Yeah, I'm really excited to go there because I've heard really good stuff about it, and it's pretty big. And
yeah,
cool looking.
It's a big room.
Yeah, big boy.
It's like White Eagle Hall. It's like a.
Wait, go.
Is it like a hall?
Like
Is that
a
the
music
name?
venue.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, I don't know what the capacity is, but
It-
I was like looking up some videos on YouTube.
I think I feel like it's like similar vibe to like House of Independence.
Okay.
Like maybe like 500 cap or something.
Cool. I mean,
I'm just spitballing here. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've
it
just-
sounds about right.
I've heard from people that have seen shows there and played shows there that it's a cool room. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always see bands playing there. I don't know. It's been usually easier for me to go to New York City, so that's where I usually go see the shows.
yeah.
There's just
I
more
live in
there,
the
yeah.
suburbs now, but I just drive in now wherever I need to go. So now I can
Yeah.
drive to Jersey. For like 15 years living in New York without a car, I was stuck to wherever I could get on the subway, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or by bus, I guess.
On the train.
Well, yeah, bus sometimes, sure. Who did this artwork?
That is our friend Christian Moquin.
And I got the poster in the back here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I like if there's like customized merch for a show, I'm a sucker for that.
We because like so we had the 4 headline shows in November. It was Philly,
Yeah,
Brooklyn, and then Milwaukee and
okay. St. Louis.
and St. Louis. And so I had our friend Christian do 4 similar vibe. If you want to grab right on the above the records is all 4 of them.
Nice.
We have them all. Let me get them.
Oh, yeah.
Were they a hit? Were people digging these posters?
Yeah, it was cool. We did we did it so the first 69 people through the door at the Philly show got one, of course, and then we just sold a couple. So we got Cat eating bag of chips floating through space.
They're so cute.
That was for St. Louis. You got Cat playing his little 6-string in space.
That's so cool. I didn't notice they were like different like that.
Yeah, they're all like similar but cool, different color schemes. That was in Milwaukee.
No, like what is he doing on the New York one? He's playing with a ball.
Yeah,
of
playing
yarn.
with his
Yeah.
he's got his big yarn ball, going down through Brooklyn.
Nice.
And then lastly, you got oral hygiene, brushing his teeth in Philly.
Huh.
Yeah, those are the 4 things that you should be doing at all times: playing guitar, chips, oral hygiene, and play with
Ball yarn.
Yeah, hobbies.
I wanted to shout out this
yeah.
band, although I don't want to butcher how to pronounce their name, but they were rad.
Bacai?
Bacai.
Bacai.
Bacai
Yeah.
was rad, and I bought their. Look at it, it's pink. It's so beautiful.
They are so
We love
cool.
them.
I love them so much. I'm so
Look
happy
at how
that
cool
they're-
that is.
Oh, that's a pretty pink
That's
too.
great.
Yeah, I was like, I can't resist that.
I love like a pastel. I like pastels.
Yeah, man, all my pillows are.
Yeah, it's a
flying
good
all over
color
the place.
scheme. Well, here's an obvious question that I've never actually heard anyone ask you. Where
Yes.
did the name Catbite come from?
I still don't know.
Huh.
I
You can
came
make it
with-
up right now, and it's canon.
So I got bit by a cat and died,
Yeah, nice.
and then came back as me wanting to start
Catwoman?
Catbite. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like the name kind of came to me when I first started writing music for myself. I was like in an old ska band. I wasn't really writing the music in that band, and then I kind of over the years of playing in that, I was like getting a little bit more confidence, but didn't want to show anyone. So I just like make all these demos,
Mhm.
different genres like hardcore and pop punk and ska and whatever. And I would just save the demos on my iTunes, and the artist name was Catbite. And that was just like a way to categorize them. And I was just like, that'd be cool to start a band called Catbite one day with these songs. And a lot of those songs kind of turned into Catbite songs, which is pretty cool. Like, took pieces and bits and pieces from like a couple of those, very first songs I wrote. Like, yeah, and we reworked them and, turned them into what they are today. But yeah, it just kind of, it sounded like a cool name. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, that's how I got my name too, Vonesper. I mean, when I was in my high school band, I just started doing demos for myself, and I was like, let me just call it this other thing. And now it's my whole brand and company name and identity and everything. So you never know what you're gonna put on your vision board,
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about Australia. Because you're going to Australia, what, next week?
Monday.
Yeah, we leave
Monday.
in,
So you're
like-
doing this show on Saturday, and then you got to come back and pack for Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's crazy
So
is
really,
we're-
it's like you're starting this weekend is like the tour, really.
yeah, like we literally just had our very first
Woo!
band practice, very first and only band practice.
Oh, no.
For, I mean, like, we're not a band that we don't practice. We don't like to practice. We like to just. I mean, well, we practice on our own, but like we
You
just
come prepared like professionals.
yeah, we just when we get we like we'd rather just the four of us like hang out. Like we're like all best friends and stuff, and we hang out a lot. And then like when we are writing stuff or like gonna be going into the studio, then we're like we get together and really hammer shit out. But like we just practice our set for the first time since like in like over a year.
Yeah.
Like we
Wow.
because
Yeah,
we also
'cause
so many shows.
Practice shows are practice.
Yeah, like we play shows. That's our practice. So
I mean,
That's like the Reagan youth philosophy. They're like, why do we need to practice? We'll just
no
book a
practice.
yes.
Yeah. If you're playing so many shows and it's like, what do you need the practice for? But
yeah, no,
I do like if we haven't played a show in a minute, then I'm like, I would like to get at least maybe 2 practices in, 1 for sure. But
it sounded great.
That's what I was going to ask. How did it go?
Yeah, it sounded pretty good.
I was like kind of stressed and like in my brain because I'm like, oh shit, like what if we suck again? Like I don't know, like it's been so long since we played, and it's just we were like just so tight from touring and stuff, and like just like 2.5 months. It was just kind of cool.
It's like
and also
riding a bike,
really,
right?
It was also very refreshing to come back to these songs and like you know, because we played it this set so many times. It's like we're coming back to it, and it's kind of like refreshing, or like hell yeah, kind of like have a new fresh look for the songs and stuff. So yeah, Saturday's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be very fun.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Have you've been to Australia before, right?
No,
hell
no. Yeah.
Okay, but so how do you know the Resignators? Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, Resignators.
We got to talk about the Resignators.
So I've never met them. We're just kind of internet friends. We've heard of them.
He's a fan of yours. They're fans of yours for sure.
Yeah, they're so cool, and like we've had a couple.
Actually, that may be why I like that show came on my radar. I mean, I'd heard your name around. I think it was talking to them that he was like talking about Catbite, and I was like, all right, well, I see they're playing like next week. Let me go check them out.
Oh shit!
So you can blame them maybe for all of this right now.
Hell yeah! No,
yeah.
Cool.
Sorry to cut you off. I just had to throw that in there.
I was just thinking, maybe you thought we've been there before, because originally we were supposed to be back there in November, like Thanksgiving time.
Maybe that's what it was.
And then it got postponed. It got pushed back.
Gotcha.
That makes sense. I forgot that was the whole thing. Yeah, it was supposed to happen. We were supposed to do a festival there. The festival got canceled, so they just pushed our whole tour to this next week.
Okay, so
it'll be better.
This is all related. Who amongst you is the Guar fan?
I mean, like, yeah, we're all huge fucking Guar fans. I didn't realize that until recently that
that's right.
Wait, I just had to throw this on there.
I forgot about we did this too.
Yeah, sorry, what was that?
I forgot what I was saying.
I think we're all.
Who's the Guar fan?
Yeah, I think we're all like Guar fans.
Guar's just one of those bands that's just hilarious and great.
Yeah, it's just like a fun band, I think, to listen to. I wouldn't say I'm like their #1 fan, but
who got the cameo? Whose idea was this?
That was my idea, and I really wanted to execute it a lot better, but my computer crapped out, and so I wasn't able to.
I think it's funnier, like,
yeah,
it's so choppy.
It's so I was gonna like actually spend a lot of time on it and like make it like a cool lyric video and like sync it up better and like.
Yeah, I wanted to hear him saying the words.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you do you still have this clip? I could edit something for you if you want.
Yeah, I do. I gotta find it. Yeah, I've been.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you could do a lot.
Yeah, that show's fun now.
Yeah,
That was
well,
pretty- he sent this. I think I've got the cameo, and I think he sent it in a matter of like an hour, 2
That's
hours.
awesome.
Like just like I was like, oh, yeah,
yeah,
let's
he's
go.
probably already at the slave pit working on shit. He's like, let me just throw the costume on.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you know anything about me. I'm a huge Guar fan, and I do another show on this YouTube channel called the VonPod.
Oh, sick.
And he was my last guest last week.
Oh, nice.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's hilarious.
And I totally forgot to ask him about Catbite, which is stupid because you were going to be my next show.
Oh shit.
I
But,
feel
okay.
like he probably wouldn't even remember.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure
he
he
might
didn't
not,
remember.
but he would probably get a kick out of it. So here's where I'm tying it all together.
Yeah.
And maybe you were leading to this too, but did you know Steve Douglas from the
Steve.
Resignators is the
Yes.
original first
Guitar
ever guitar player for Guar?
Yeah.
He did the
Yeah.
first 2 shows with them in 1985 and was also in Dave Brocky's band Death Piggy, that was the band famous for becoming Guar.
That's fucking
That's cool.
crazy.
Yeah,
He's like a punk rock fucking legend of Richmond, Virginia,
yeah, who now just chills.
who now
in
lives in
fucking
Australia. Yeah,
Yeah, I've
playing
been
ska music.
I've been
And I
talking-
also had him on my show, and that's when we were talking about Catbite.
Oh wow.
So you should go
Yeah.
check this out. For everyone in the audience and for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
like that
I'm-
outfit.
I know. Yeah, I've been talking to him a bunch because
Yeah,
like
this
he's
is-
basically giving me all like the guitar stuff that I'll be using on the
Right.
tour.
Yeah, he's a gearhead too, so
Yeah, he's like, you have your pick of 7 Reverend guitars or
Nice.
something. So I'm like, all right, cool, yeah. I'll just
yeah,
check this out.
this picture must be from 1987 or so.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's nuts, right?
Mhm.
So I just had to like bring that up because you're going to see him next week, and
I
that's so
know, that's-
cool. And
that's
you got to
so
talk to him
crazy.
about Guar and then report back to me about it.
Okay.
All right, we will. Are there any specific questions you want us to ask?
No, I mean I already talked to him. I just like
Oh, true.
think it's so cool that you like united over ska, but like
Yeah.
he's
I
just
know.
In Australia.
What are the
yeah, in
odds?
Australia. Why is there a Guar member living in Australia? That's just like so weird in the first place, you know?
I was
Maybe I'll ask that.
Yeah,
I was just talking to him about that, and he said that they went over to Australia and they did a festival, and then they went back to Richmond, and he just packed his
Yeah.
bag and flew back.
Hmm.
He
Oh
said
wow.
he said he just like fell in love with Australia. I guess I'll get the more to the bottom of it, but that's
Yeah.
basically
We'll
just-
get the full details.
yeah. So I was like texting him the other day, and he was just kind of filling me in about how excited he is for us to be there. And I'm like, dude, we're so excited to come there. And he's like, you're gonna love it. You're gonna want to stay
Man,
here.
yeah, I'm so jealous. That's so cool. That was such a weird time difference too. It was 9 o'clock here in New York, and it was 12 noon the next day for him in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's yeah. It's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
be
a-
weird.
Yeah, trying to wrap my brain around like how we're gonna travel there because it's like it's basically like 30 hours of traveling.
Oof.
So it's gonna be
Yeah.
cool. It's gonna be confusing. We're gonna get there.
30 hours of traveling, and then we have to play a show that we'll get there Wednesday. We leave,
Morning.
Yeah, Wednesday
Australia time.
morning, and then we gotta play a show that night.
Yeah. Oh man, caffeine. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll like sleep on the plane and
Yeah, but also I feel like we're gonna just be so freaking excited that we're in Australia.
Yeah.
That the adrenaline will definitely carry
we'll
us.
get there. We'll
through.
hit the gym. We'll do our stretches.
Hit the gym.
Yeah, we're Jimbo now.
Yeah, we go to Planet Fitness.
Yeah, do you have any recommendations? Because I'm not a gym rat of any kind, but the last year or so I've joined a gym and I've been trying to go like, a couple times a week.
Yeah.
Usually I just stick to like cardio.
Yeah.
I figure that's
Treadmill.
like just like I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what we've been doing. Doing the was it 33-12?
12 3:30. Saw it on
12:30.
TikTok.
What you do, 12% incline on the treadmill,
Mm,
3 miles per hour,
For
30 minutes.
really?
Best workout.
See, I usually do like half of that, but for like an hour. So
I mean, that's pretty much the same
Yeah.
thing then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd rather
I
get
re-
it done quicker.
Yeah,
Yeah, give
I
that a shot.
sweat my butt off when I do that.
Nice.
And I've been like doing that a little bit less, but like to get my hip back to to being, which now I'm like, yeah, I'm doing great. But like that was super helpful. Like as soon as I was like able to walk with like my cane, I would just start walking on the treadmill, holding on and just like building those muscles back. And like now I'm just like all over the place.
Nice. See, my workout this weekend will just be going to your show. So
There you go.
Yeah.
that works out. When I get to
Yeah.
go out, like I feel like that's a workout, right?
Hell
Yes.
On show or whatever.
Catbite shows are a workout
Yeah.
for me and for you.
Yeah. Well, let's see. You got this tour coming up as well.
Yeah.
This is what all label mates of yours?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, it's the whole Bad Time Records tour that is happening. We're the Union, Catbite, Kill Lincoln. We're like, we've kind of been on the label since the beginning, about 5 years ago. And then you have Omnigon, Joystick, Bad Operation, Jay Naro, and the Traders are also going to be joining us on select dates, and it's going to be really cool. It'll be really cool because it's like we're doing it as like a rotating 3-way headline tour, and just like every night is like a different headliner, even though we're all three of us are going to have like long, like 45-minute sets. And we'll just like rotate it every night and just kind of keep it a mystery. And
that's cool.
But it'll be cool.
Sometimes it's cool playing first because then you can get to hang out the rest of the night and not have to worry about shit.
Exactly, because like and it's just like a fun showcase rather than like this is the opener, this is the direct support, this is the headliner. It's like a showcase of Bad Time Records, and like as you can tell from like the Bad Time scene, and like over the years, like it's just kind of grown to like people are just stoked on the scene itself, not just like one particular band. And it's
I got to dig deeper into those bands. Are they all ska bands or?
Yeah,
Ska,
the whole label is like ska and ska adjacent bands. We Are the Union is very like I have a lot of like pop punk, and they're definitely more horn heavy, and so is Kill Lincoln. We're like the outliers and don't have horns, but like
I was gonna ask, is that just because there's too many people to be in your band if you have a horn section, or what?
It's so, if we already practice once every 3 years because we can't get our schedules all together. So imagine having to have a whole horn section with you.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, horns are cool.
Well, no, they're cool. I get it though. I mean, a lot of those ska bands kind of like used to have a huge horn section in the 90s, and now there's like maybe one guy or whatever.
Yeah.
So I get it. I got to feed everybody on tour, and that's a lot of mouths.
Yeah.
Ska in general, like, is there like there seems to be a resurgence going on? Do you feel like that as well? Like, I'm not traditionally. I mean, I like a couple ska bands, and I'd love to talk about them too at some point. But I was never like just ska. I don't know. Do they have a name? Ska heads, or I don't know. Is there like a name for people who just are like really, really into ska?
You got a Rude
And if
Boys.
not, we should make one up right now.
I guess Rude
Boys. And that's more
Rude
like
Boys,
you got Rude Boys, Rude Girls, Rude Days, Rude Thems, like Rude all of us.
Rude all of us.
Like my high school sort of years, like going to shows, it was in the late 90s, so it was like really when ska was like really huge.
Yeah.
So but it just seems like when I come across a really good band, it doesn't really matter what genre they are, but it just seems to be that there's more ska bands popping up these days, and I'm like, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Is it like coming back into style or what?
I mean, I think, in a way, for sure. I feel like the like era of ska being corny and like sucking is kind of in the like rear view, where like there's like a newer generation of kids that are coming into learning about different styles and genres of music and finding ska now and not knowing anything about that. And also like just like a lot of really good ska bands that are happening right now.
Yeah.
that's like propelling the scene to the forefront, I think. So
See, there's another one
Yeah.
that I really like that I've been listening to, and I did get to see them in December. Was I believe they're friends of yours, Bite Me Bambi.
by Bambi, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we've
and
yet to play with
I
them.
always thought like, what, it'd be perfect to tour with them and be the Catbite Me Bambi tour.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. It'll have to happen eventually. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
we're
they were
finally gonna be
awesome.
playing with them at
Supernova,
Yeah,
yeah.
Supernova,
Oh, cool.
that festival in Virginia in September.
Because I
They
saw you
did
did some videos with them, or they were in your video, and
Yeah, Talina, the singer, she was in. She did a cameo in our Collier Bluff
yeah.
Mhm.
music video. We had a bunch of friends from like the West Coast do cameos on that.
Hey, do you
because,
want to run commentary over that? Maybe you can point out all the cameos, or is it like a mystery game?
a what?
Is it? I like to run commentary over things sometimes. Can we
Oh,
yeah.
play that video? And
Yeah.
you can call out your friends.
yeah.
Yeah, Lord. I'll have to break up the audio a little bit though, because otherwise YouTube's gonna get me in trouble.
So I don't know who that is, but
Who
he's a friend
is
of a
this?
friend. But
Who
the
is
kid
this
is a
kid?
friend of a friend. He's a friend of a friend.
They're
We
gonna be
weren't
a
there
star.
for any of this, so it's fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's so good.
Yeah. And he says, "Boom." That's us. I know us.
Dude,
It's actually
this
funny.
this is like such a. I mean, this is a hook right here.
Thank you. We did.
When I heard this song, I'm like, this band writes hits. Like, this is gonna be big. Sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead.
We were doing this bit, playing along to it before we even finished recording it because we were over in Long Beach. There's Brent.
Here's Brent.
We love Brent. He manages all of our merchandise.
Oh, okay.
So if you buy anything from Catbite online, he's the one. This is the guy that did the video, Chris Grau. Great guy. He plays in a
He's the
band called
director?
yeah, he plays in a band. He has one band called Louser. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's pretty cool. But yeah, he did this whole video for us.
I love it. This is a great video.
Thank you. There's the kid doing some bad things.
Yeah.
Like, you play
So in the
keys.
studio, do you play all the keyboards?
Catbite.
She did on the first record. On the second record, we had our friend who tours with us a lot, Esteban.
Yeah, I saw Esteban in Brooklyn. He was awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, he played that show. I forgot. Yeah. We have Esteban and we have Kenny, our two touring keyboard players. Coming out of the
There's Talina, right?
Talina from Bet
Yeah.
Bambi. But yeah, Britt used to play keys live, but now it just makes more sense for her to sing.
Oh yeah, it's so much more better for the energy and.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's I mean, I do really enjoy playing keys, but it's definitely not my like main instrument.
Right.
My
Yeah.
voice has always been my main instrument. So it
I
just
don't
is like,
know.
yeah, it brings a whole different energy when I'm out from behind.
Yeah,
the keys.
absolutely. I always recommend that for lead singers of like energetic bands. It's like you don't want to be tied down to a guitar. Plus, then you have to split your attention between two different things. And
Yeah.
anyways, that was fun. All right, I want to talk to you about my other favorite band, the World Inferno Friendship Society,
Hell yes.
because I got this record on Halloween. It's in this fancy little bag.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a nice, cute little bag.
Yeah.
And you were on this as well.
Yeah.
What's your history with World Inferno, and how did this all come about?
Well, so one of the very first bigger shows that Catbite ever did, we opened for them here in Philly in
Nice.
2019. It was like when we were about like barely 1 year old of a band. It was like such a honor. Like we've all kind of been big fans of them and listening to them for a while. And that was the first time I got to actually like meet them and got to meet Jack, and like it was just super cool. And then unfortunately he passed away, and then we got hit up. I guess it was like not too long after he passed that we got asked to do the comp, and we're like, yeah, that would be awesome. We would love to cover a song, and Night in the Woods. That's what, yeah, we did Night in the Woods.
Mhm.
Yeah, that it's just like that song is like already kind of like this weird ska
From the true
adjacent
story of
song.
the Bridgewater Astro League.
Yes.
Mhm.
And just like it just made so much sense, and we tried it like in a like we just kind of got together and just like tried it pretty much straight up, but like Catbite style,
Yeah.
and it sounded so good, and we're like, oh, this is perfect, and we just kind of banged it out really quick in the studio, and I really like how it turned out. I think like
Yeah, it turned out.
I think we really did the song justice, and like I listened back to it not too long ago, and I was like, oh fuck. Because we were trying to like get some more covers into our set that we haven't been doing, and that like someone mentioned that one online, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot we even did that.
Yeah, a couple of us were really hoping you would bring that out in the Brooklyn show.
Yeah, so
there was a couple of World Inferno fans in the audience.
Yeah, so we'll have to
I remember you yelling that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't the one yelling it, but I think I mentioned it to somebody after this show, maybe.
Yeah.
So we want to definitely have that in our repertoire.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we've never played it live. At a show. We've played it, in the studio and in rehearsals, but
that one
when you come to the East Coast, it'll be a real hit.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll whip it out in the Brooklyn show of the Bad Time tour.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard that venue just got upgraded. Do you have any news about that? Because I didn't get a ticket for that one yet, but maybe I should.
Yeah,
it's at the Meadows, but it's gonna be in the other room.
Okay, I don't know that venue.
Yeah, so we actually played there
with Mustard Plug
last year
with
Mustard Plug and Mephistopheles. It's very nice. I like it a lot. Hold on, let me.
Oh, that I thought of that show when you mentioned like not like when we were talking about the rotating headliners and like not going first is like kind of fun because then you get to hang out. Mustard Plug was so excited that they didn't have to
go last
that night because they wanted to just hang out.
Yeah,
and I was like
sometimes after the if you're the last band and once you're done like cleaning up, it's like everybody's gone, the party's over, and you still got that like high from the show.
Yeah.
So it got upgraded from Brooklyn Meadows to Brooklyn Monarch, but they're like the same location, just bigger venue.
I think I've been to the Monarch. Have I been to the Monarch? Oh my god, there's so many venues in Brooklyn. I think I've been to the Monarch, and I think it was really cool. I just gotta remember which place that was.
We did.
It was Monarch.
Did we do Monarch or did we do Meadows? I think we did Meadows. This is the bigger one.
I thought we did Monarch.
We did Meadows.
Oh.
I can check, but
no, it's don't worry about it. But that's cool. Yeah, I'll check that out. Oh yeah, this is the part where I wanted to promote myself a little bit because there's I don't know if you know this, but there's a compliment to this album, and it's a cassette tape called It Has to Be Sincere, Songs for Jack. It came out the same day, in theory, on Bandcamp. Tapes came a little bit later, but I actually have a song on this one. So go check it out. My Bandcamp, vonesper.bandcamp.com, or you can go to the Jack Terrycloth Foundation. Just Google it. You'll find this tape. Buy it before it's all gone, though. Look, it's cool. It's orange.
Oh, that's cool.
I haven't actually put it in my tape player yet, but come on, these are just more for collector items, right?
Yeah.
Like, does people actually play cassette tapes? Vinyls I get, but cassette, no. And then of course there's only a couple of these left because I didn't make that many hand-drawn covered versions of my album, Welcome to My Pity Party. Get it on vonesper.bandcamp.com before they're all gone. Okay, that was my segue into myself.
Nice job.
Okay, here's what I wanted to ask you something. Philly, I don't know much about like the history of the Philly scenes. Can you like fill me in a little bit? Did you is Philly like famous for any old punk bands or?
I mean, you got the Dead Milkman.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
the
You've
Dead
got
Milkmen are actually. Wait, what's his name? This singer,
Joe Jack.
Rodney.
Oh,
Rodney.
Rodney. Yeah, there's Rodney and Joe Jack.
Rodney's a fan of my music, actually. So.
Sick.
Nice.
Oh, at some
Yeah.
point he was. He was like, "Can I play this on my radio show?" You know what?
That's
He
cool.
hangs out in the goth scene, and that's where I hang out a lot because
Hell
the goth scene pays more than the punk scene. I'll tell you that much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's,
Benzingers.
well, that's like, yeah. Then there's like there's a bunch of like really popular new like bands.
Well, they've been around a while.
Yeah, it's true. But like, and then like,
Ruder than
Like,
you.
did you grow up there and like what were you
Nah.
seeing? No, okay.
no. She's from Florida. I'm from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Our only person from Catbite that is like born and raised in Philly is our drummer Chris. He's from
Gotcha.
like just outside. I mean, technically it's Philly, like in the Northeast.
But we've both been here. I think I'll be here 10 years this December.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I've been
Thanks.
for 10 years.
Yeah,
No.
I think so.
No, because I've been here. I've been saying 10 years for like 30 years. So.
I came to Philly December 2013.
All right, so I moved here in 2009. Who's gonna do the math?
9, 13. You've been here like 14 years, and you've been here 9
Yeah,
and
almost,
some change.
Okay.
yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
That's my quick math, but I'm not. That's not my strong point. So
No, I think you're right. I think
Yeah.
it'll be 10 this December.
That's crazy.
yeah.
I know, it's freaking crazy, really.
So okay, here's a fun question. What was your first band ever, and what did it sound like?
Well, I guess I was in the our bands that we were in.
You were
Per
in.
se.
Wait, you're asking what our first band that we were in that we performed like it was our band?
Yeah, like
Okay.
you know, what was your first band like in middle school or whatever? Like whenever you had your first little band, even if you didn't do any shows.
Well, I guess technically the first band that I was in was in Orlando. When I lived in Orlando, I was in this like funk soul band that it was like this guy Evan Taylor Jones, and then like he had basically just like that was the name, and then he had his band, but I was like a backup singer in that. And we played a lot of shows, just like all like around Florida, and it was really he had some really fucking good songs, and then it kind of turned into like country, and it got a little weird. But that was my first band, and I was
Cool.
like just out of high school, and just started community college.
Yeah, my first band I joined when I was 18. It was like it was like my high school ska band that I was like friends with, and then the rhythm guitar player didn't want to continue it after college or after high school, so I had joined, and then I was in that band for 9 years, and then I quit that band and we started Catbite. So
Gotcha. Wow. So you've only been in 2 bands.
there was
bands.
one other there was
Okay.
one other like punk band I was in for a little bit, and then I played guitar in like a guy's band. But
Right.
I've been in 3 bands.
I guess
Three
I've
of 'em.
technically only been in 2 bands.
This is
Wow.
this is like
Not
your
bad for your second and third band.
yeah.
Yeah, so I figured you probably, I mean, I found your old band. I'm sure you don't really want to talk about them, but I thought it was funny because when I looked them up, I actually came across a different band with the same name that had someone that I went to college with in it.
The Snails.
The Future
Yeah.
Island Snails.
No,
Yeah.
it was the Snails from Baltimore.
Yeah, that's members of that band Future Island.
Right. Yeah, and one of
And-
those guys in the Snails I knew in college.
Yeah.
So I
those
was like,
guys
wait a minute, he
just-
was in a band with my friend from college? It's like, oh, this
No.
is a different thing.
Yeah,
That was a whole.
that was a whole thing. They screwed us
Really?
over. Yeah,
Oh, no.
because like we were the Snails.
I wasn't
for a
that
long
close with
time.
them.
It's all right. It's actually for the best. But it ended up like we had to change our name, and then when we changed our name, we
It
started
all
going
went
in, it went in
downhill.
a weirdest
Oh man.
like direction. But it was like, I'm kind of glad, because then that kind of caused me to leave the band, which I kind of wanted to leave the band for a while, but I was like, we're really good and I have no shot making it on my own. So if I just stay in this band,
They were very, very good.
we're a good band. But like, there's no way I would have started Catbite if I like didn't quit that. And, like, you know, and
Well,
like
then
we
I'll
also,
thank my friend from college.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
he's not in Future Island, but he's in the Snails.
yeah, no, it's all
Oh,
good.
okay.
Like the Snails was great, and like the bass player of the Snails is the bass player in Catbite.
Okay.
He wasn't the original bass player of Catbite, but he joined after the Snail, because I left the Snails and then the Snails like broke up,
Right.
but we were called something else at that point. But yeah, that's fine.
Here we got a joke from the chat. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Because
Chicken?
chicken.
Oh. We can work on that one. What musicians are your influences? And what is ska?
All right.
Oh.
I don't know if you need to answer that last one. If you want to.
Scott,
You gave a good. Didn't someone just ask this on Twitter recently?
that was what makes him in ska. But that's
but
like,
that's kind of.
well, that's if you know what ska is. Ska is music that was formed. So ska is music that was formed in early 60s, late 50s in Jamaica, caught by a lot of jazz trained musicians that were developing their own sound, and basically created like this boogie woogie sound, rock and roll, jazz, calypso. It was just blending all these types of music from like the New Orleans and the Caribbean and Mexico, like all that, and came up with this sound called ska, which is you know, just
kind of like
very
this
kind of
offbeat, up tempo.
yeah, you have like a walking bass line, you have very unique drumming pattern, and then the guitar and the keyboards and horns are like, the rhythm is kind of on the offbeat, and then there's, you know, it's very danceable, and then from ska, then that turned into like rock steady, which is like a slower version, and then you have your reggae, which is like groovier version, and you have dub, you know, and then
I love dub.
and then eventually
You
this
did a dub remix, right?
yeah, we have at least,
That's cool.
yeah, we got dub something.
Oh yeah, I
but
wanted to show my favorite dub record, King Tubby Meets the Rockers
yes.
Uptown.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's
a
awesome.
good one. Although the actual record plays weird, so I gotta buy this again. But whatever, it's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Do you have any favorite ska bands?
Favorite ska
I guess
band?
like growing up, or you know.
Well, the two ones that like I really got into first was my friend, the singer of the Snails, gave me a CD that had half of it was Operation Ivy and half of it was the Agrolites.
Yeah, I knew it.
So it was very
Operation
different.
Ivy, one of
There
the
you
first
go.
records I had to buy. I was like, if I'm gonna buy a record player, this was in high school. I was like, I need to get the Op
Hell
Ivy.
yes.
This is like perfect for
Nice.
that scratchy little punk, you know.
Yeah.
And then, oh, this one's a bootleg, I think.
Oh yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's sick.
But yeah, I mean, we're all over the place with what we like.
And my
I
other
feel like-
favorite,
sorry.
because I saw this was in, someone was wearing a shirt in one of your music videos. My other favorite ska band was the Aquabats.
Yeah.
And speaking of Guar, before to turn it, did you ever hear Guar versus the Aquabats?
No.
That was, they did it. Do you know the Ska Parade radio show?
Yeah, with Tazy.
Yeah, with Tazy. They did, this was back in like the late 90s. They did a radio play of Guar versus the Aquabats, like an old timey like 50s radio show, like story.
Yeah.
You know, and it was great. You can find it on YouTube.
Okay.
Guar versus the Aquabats.
Guar
I'll
versus.
just message Tazy and be like, can you?
No,
send me that?
just look YouTube it. Yeah,
I'll
it's out there.
find it.
Trust
I'll
me,
find
it's
it.
out there. I mean,
I'll
I don't know.
find
I heard he doesn't like his stuff being out there, but this one's kind of like, you can't put this
It's-
one back in the bottle, you know.
Yeah, can't be wiped from the internet.
Yeah, I had it on cassette like back in the 90s. Not like it was never officially released like that, but you know, just like a bootleg or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, I want to talk about your offshoot bands for a little bit. Oh wait, I have a video for that one. And I want to say that in a couple years, when you're like big and famous and making your breakout pop record,
Oh my gosh.
that's when we're gonna need Catfight the most. Right? Like never forget to, your punk rock roots, right? So tell me a little bit about Catfight. Because this is one of my favorite things about you guys, is that you can just like, and you're playing bass on this? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ben's playing guitar.
Yeah, Ben really wanted to play lead guitar. I mean, Ben's just amazing musician and amazing guitar player.
Yeah.
But he was like, I really want to play guitar, and I'm like, I'll fucking play bass. I don't give a shit. Like, let's do it. Might as well. We're switching everything else up. So
Yeah.
But yeah, Catfight was just like we finished recording our record, Nice One, and it was still the pandemic, and we were bored, and we're just like hanging
Nice
out.
One.
And we're
Go
like,
get it.
let's just re-record our first record, but hardcore punk.
Well, I think first we wanted to do the
We did a acoustic, yeah,
version.
Right.
which turned
Cat
into
Light.
which turned into a country record.
Uh,
Because we were just gonna do a very basic acoustic, and then Ben just kind of took over, and next thing you know, he has all these arrangements and
strings
and harmonica, and then because he recorded everything at his house. Like we recorded Catfight and Catlight at his South Philly house.
That's what I was wondering. Is it like very self-produced kind of
Yep.
DIY?
Yeah, we didn't pay. We spent like $100 on it. Like just like he mixed it.
Oh yeah.
He did all that shit.
Oh, I think it's so cool. And do you think that these offshoots would ever do their own original material? You think there would be like a separate Catfight album that's not Catbite songs? Or I know that's like, oh yeah, giving me more work to do, of course, but
I don't know. I think it's always. I think we're just gonna keep like Catfight and Catlight just like a weird little mystery band, and just like not keep it consistent at all, and
yeah, I think it's like nice to have it as just like
an outlet for.
Yeah, and also it was surprisingly hard to like write the hardcore songs.
yeah.
Because we wanted to like take the songs and give them a new life, but then like with this, like what we're doing, like just basically like a punk rock version of Call Your Bluff.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah,
kept
this
it
isn't on the
original.
record, is it?
No, we just literally like while we're doing this on this video, we probably this is probably the second time we tried it, and we're just like, let's just
Sure.
play it exactly how it is, but like a half step down and faster, punky, and like it came out like this. And
Wait, who's that guy?
that's our friend Jay. He plays in this band called The Best of the Worst, a really cool ska-core band in New Jersey.
Yeah, they're sick.
And he's like really great at like heavy. He's a great guitar player, and he actually played keys for a couple shows of ours last year, because just filled in. But we wanted to have two guitars on with
Yeah.
Catfight, so we asked him if he wanted to do it, and he was like, "Hell yeah!" So
That's
he did it.
Cliff Roth is here. He said he saw you somewhere in New Jersey. Where did you see them, Cliff?
Hi, Cliff.
Hi, Cliff.
Yeah, I love this. I was almost hoping when you were doing a headlining set that you would turn into Catfight for like 10 minutes.
You never know. Maybe
You
we
ever
will one
consider
day.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw a couple songs in there, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, God, you can play a lot of punk songs in a few minutes. And what happened with Sneaky Feelings? Did you just get lazy on that one, or?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It was hard.
No,
But I mean,
it was intentional, but like we were looking at it, and I was like, there needs to be a song.
Weird.
We wanted there to be a song that's like a 5-second song,
Yeah.
and we're like, let's make it be the cover. That way, like we can give all of our songs like a proper makeover. But like, you know, we already turned that Elvis Costello song into a ska song, so maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll do a
Gotcha.
2.0 Catfight.
Right,
It
right.
definitely like get your creative juices flowing, trying to like mold one song into another genre.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's a testament to good songwriting too. I'd say it's just like if you can make this song into any kind of genre, you know, it doesn't really matter what it is, the song will still come through.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh yeah. So Britt, you studied voice, right?
Yeah, I did.
Did you ever expect to be screaming and growling like this professionally in any kind of professional capacity?
No, definitely not. I studied jazz voice, and so yeah, there's not a lot of screaming in
Yeah.
jazz.
Do you have to like get a different kind of training to do that punk stuff, or just apply it differently?
Yeah, I think it's just like it really is like all about breath. Like breath technique can help you do any style that you want.
Sure. He said with Anti-Flag and Me First. Does that sound familiar?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, New
I
Jersey.
think they were there. Thought I might be conflating them with another band. No, that was you, right?
That was
at Starland Ballroom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that place.
That place is great.
Yeah.
And then Mark Child is here. He said, favorite show or general memory from your recent tour with Streetlight Manifesto?
Ooh,
wow.
That was just really fun in general.
I think my favorite show, I think my favorite show with them was in Orlando, actually.
Orlando's really fun.
Orlando, and I got to see like one of my best friends from high school came with her husband and her son, who's like 9 now, and that was his first concert ever.
Yeah.
Concert. And that was his first show, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, and she will like text me, and she'll be like, he always brings it up. He always talks about it. So I think that was probably my favorite show.
That's good. So I was someone's first show once. I remember, and it wasn't as big as that. It was like maybe 10 people there, like in town. But it's like, really, we're the first band you ever saw? Oh man, you gotta go to more shows because that wasn't that great.
That's awesome though.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's
like
sweet.
It gets better. Don't worry, but I'm honored. You know.
Yeah. Aw.
We weren't as prepared. We were playing to a track, and playing to a track is not recommended when you're in a punk rock venue.
Nah.
Just saying. Yeah, if anyone else has any other questions for Catbite while they're still here, I want to go through some other stuff that's coming up. You're doing South by Southwest. That's part of the tour.
Yeah.
That's cool. What's this?
That's the
UK tour. You're going to UK in April?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Drive By Truckers. That's a weird lineup, huh?
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. It's like right outside of Philly, so we'll be here. Might as well.
That's cool. Yeah, might as well. NoFX. You're playing with NoFX?
Yeah, this just got announced the other day.
Yeah.
Holy crap! And not only that, with the I should have grabbed my Adolescence vinyl.
Yeah.
I just saw the Circle Jerks a couple months ago in New York.
Nice. I'm excited to see them.
Yeah. How did this happen? You're playing with, and that's like their final tour, right? Is that what they're doing?
I think so, yeah.
Well, this one, I guess they're playing 2 albums, but
each night.
They keep saying it's like their final tour.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Tour, yeah.
That's pretty sweet. I want to go to the Punk Rock Museum. Have you?
Yeah.
Are you gonna pass by there? Are you going to Vegas?
We're not going to Vegas.
Is
but
that open?
Not yet. I think
sure
it's
yet.
opening. It's opening soon.
They're doing a lot of press for it though, so I keep hearing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to check it out eventually.
Was this last year or?
No, this is
that's
the
this.
end of this year.
So you're happy you're going on tour with the Bouncing Souls and Anti-Flag again.
Yeah.
That's cool.
This time together.
Right.
Well,
you're not coming to New York.
No.
But you're going to LA. That's awesome.
Yeah. There's definitely
Where are you playing there?
A lot of shows in LA. Where are we playing? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's somewhere.
What is this?
So that's a documentary that's being made about the Bad Time Records tour. Well,
The one
it's about like it's basically about Bad Time Records in general. It's going to be a concert documentary, so it's like half live footage and half like interviews and behind the scenes, all like legit freaking movie. The first goal was for it to happen was to raise $50,000, and that happened in one day.
Oh my
I
God.
think 2 days, maybe.
2 days, I think.
See,
It was
the
less. It
ska
was a
people
couple
are
days.
coming
Yeah.
up.
And like
the
it's
support.
already like getting to its like stretch goals where there's like mystery commentary, Blu-ray. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things, but like it's super cool that we're getting
So
there.
was that a tour that they already filmed, or was that the upcoming
No,
tour
it's
that
not
you're
made
doing?
yet. Yeah. It's gonna be the Bad Time tour that are like 3-way headline thing.
So
that
there's
is-
gonna be like a video crew following you around, or what?
Yeah, there's gonna be a whole crew for the tour, and then like every show is gonna be professionally recorded, like the audio and stuff, and there's gonna be interviews and all that stuff, and
Wow,
it'll all be like taking place on the tour. Yeah.
that's cool. Well, I think we just about did it. Tell me about. Is there any more of this left?
Coffee is all gone, but
The
we're
coffee's all
working.
gone.
We're working with so Black Forge Coffee's in Pittsburgh, best coffee we've ever had, and they're the
So
greatest
good.
people too. And we're working on doing like a full-time collaboration with them, where you
Nice.
can get Catbite coffee around the clock.
What was unique about your flavor?
It was
Well,
It just tasted good.
we handpicked everything about it. Like we went to the roastery, the place where they
Mhm.
make it, and like got to do samples. And the one thing that was really cool is we had light beans and dark beans, so it looked like two-tone, so it was light and dark beans.
Right.
But that it also tasted really good. I don't remember what the flavors and stuff we got.
You
but
drink it on the offbeats.
yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna be like more like nutty and like chocolatey with like maybe a little bit of citrus, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Nice. So you like caffeine fiends over in Catbite?
Yeah.
Love the coffee. That's awesome. Any new songs coming up, or have you started writing any new stuff? Or
We're working on some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
Working
coming
on-
up.
Yeah.
nice. Well, let me see. What do I have coming up on the VonPod? I decided instead of going out, I am going to have a virtual birthday party next weekend on the show.
Woo!
So on Sunday, come celebrate my birthday. Well, my birthday's on Monday, but I figured the weekend would be better for everybody. Usually we do this show on Thursdays, so come join me on Sunday. Fun day. It'll be great.
Yes.
And then, oh yeah, coming up on the Guar Pod next month, we have VHS Mikey, who's got this awesome YouTube channel. If you like VHS culture and just weird movies and stuff, go check him out. He did this great video recently about the Gremlins not graphic novelization of the movie. It's just crazy. And then bring your professional resume to this one. This is my friend for a long time, Melanie Esplond, is coming on the show, and she does like TED Talks about executive privilege, and I'm gonna ask her about how to get myself a better new job.
Whoa.
Bring your questions. You guys goth at all? You goths at all? Do you like black clothing and not really keep it upbeat with the ska? I gotta balance it out here.
I wear black clothing, but
That's
I
fair.
listen to ska.
I don't
like
think there's any
Chemical
ska bands
Romance.
here, but I'll
I don't
be
see any.
interviewing my old friend Jet, who ran. Do you remember VampireFreaks.com? It was like the MySpace of goths, or Facebook of goths.
I think actually was there like chat rooms and stuff on it?
Yeah, there was. I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay, because I think that's how Meaty and Chris met
Really?
online. Yeah, my brother's sister-in-law and her now husband. I think they met on there, but they
I
don't.
wouldn't
They
be
don't.
surprised.
Yeah, but he was like in the UK and she was in Miami, and then they met on. Yeah, they met online.
Oh, wow.
Now they're married and they have kids and
Wow.
vampire freaks.
So
Got it.
tell them that they have to come watch my show because
Okay.
I've been doing work for this guy for over a decade, and he used to, I mean, they doesn't exist anymore, vampirefreaks.com, but he's still he's doing this 3-day goth festival in New Jersey. I'll be filming at that. My
Nice.
friend's Bile will be there. It's gonna be cool. So check
Nice.
that out. And then more friends of yours, I believe, Tsunami Bomb.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I saw you on Andy's show, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I forget what it was called now, but whatever. Yeah, Tsunami Bomb. I love Tsunami Bomb. There's a picture of me when I was like 17 on this side with Dom and Gabe when they were opening for The Damned in
Oh,
New
that's
York
cool.
City. Yeah. And this picture right here is a picture I took of them in Brooklyn. And for a while, when you Googled Tsunami Bomb, that picture would come up. It was really cool. So
awesome.
we're gonna hang out with Tsunami Bomb. You ever play with them or?
We saw them at Fest.
Okay, yeah.
We haven't played with them yet, but yeah, that's when we first met them and got to hang out with them a little bit.
That's cool. Yeah, they're one of my favorites. What's that?
Our picture would come up when you search Streetlight. Does that still happen?
Really?
I don't know if it still happens,
That's
but yeah.
funny.
I don't know why. I don't know how. I mean, I guess because we just were touring with them, but that just seems so.
It was like the second picture.
I know, it's so weird.
All right, see you, Cliff. Come back next week for VonPod. He does this awesome artwork. You gotta check out his stuff. The last one I have booked for now, it's gonna be the 420 show, and I have to add an episode somewhere in between just to make this gag work. So it's episode 420 because it's actually episode 40 with Titties the Clown. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna be having a lot of fun doing it. He is a fellow member of, I don't know if you know anything about Green Jello.
No, nothing.
Oh, really? Three Little Pigs?
The book or the story?
The song from the 90s, little pig, let me in. No,
I don't know it.
Oh man, that's your homework for tonight.
Okay.
You got to watch the music video for Three Little Pigs by Green Jelly. It's one of the best videos ever made. It's got two of the members of Tool were in the band at the time.
Oh, wow.
That's how they formed Tool. They were in Green Jelly together. Anyways, there's over thousands of members of this band now, and I'm member number 237. I think Titties is probably somewhere in the late hundreds somewhere. I don't know, like 700-800 something. It's gonna be fun though. Yeah, Green Jello, that's a whole different world.
Right, you
just gotta Google it. Yeah, I can't explain it. It's like 40 years of history there.
Oh, shit.
Check it out. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'll see you on Saturday. Is there like a schedule for that show yet? Or do you know anything about it?
I just know we're on second out of the 4 bands. Yeah, I don't know. I should find that out.
Yeah, well, let me know if you do.
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'll bring my camera.
Woo!
And if you want to do some like photos before the show or anything, let me know.
Cool.
And I'm really excited to see Gel. They're like super hardcore. All right. Here, while we leave, we'll do another show video from Brooklyn. How about that?
Sounds good.
Scratch me up. Is this like your anthem, would you say?
Yeah, I think so. People really
people like it.
Yeah, people really like it.
I like playing it.
Yeah. I just like everyone all together scratching.
Yeah, did that just happen organically or did you Because I saw that, I was like, all right, I'll do some scratching. Cool.
It definitely started off like pretty slow. Like not a lot of people. Well,
what was the member? It was CJ.
It was
and
CJ, the bass player from
Kill
Lincoln, who kind of started doing it first when we like very first started, and then it didn't really take on right away.
And then it just started happening,
Yeah,
and now
you
tell people to do
now
it.
you let people do it, and then they do it.
I thought it was funny because World Inferno had the opposite. They had the claw that went this way. And I'm like, oh, you guys do the scratch, which is this way. So it's kind of like the opposite.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's another one thing I wanted to ask you. Well, actually, two things. I don't know if you're been around the East Coast long enough to know him, but I need to throw his name out there. Do you remember or have ever heard of Skankin' Richard?
I don't know, Skankin' Richard.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it might have been before your time there. Skank, I don't know if he permeated into the Philly scene, but I figured he was all over the East Coast. Skankin' Richard was this, I don't want to be ageist, but he was an old dude. He must have been at least 60. And he would go to all the ska shows in New York City, and he was just like always skanking with the kids and just loved ska music and wanted to find like his perfect like old ska wife or, you know, somewhere in the pit. I don't know. But I was just wondering if anyone knows what happened to that guy, because he was like a staple.
Oh no, I don't
was
know
so
about
cute.
Skankin' Richard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder if you can find have you ever searched Google?
Not really. I should do that. But yeah, he just loved ska. This must have been like, I don't know, last time I saw them was him probably was in the early 2000s. I think I saw him at a Voodoo Glow Skulls show with Go Betty Go opening.
Nice. And he was 60 at that time?
He must have been. I mean, I may have
guessing.
like I'm just guessing, like I was younger then, so people probably seemed older maybe.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell, but he was like an old dude, and that was like his whole thing.
That's cool.
Okay, my last question. Excuse me, miss. Is that a response to excuse me, mister, by No Doubt?
No, it's not.
I didn't even know the song existed until after when people asked me that question.
Oh, really?
But no, not at all.
That's funny. I know you did some No Doubt covers. Were they like a big influence on you?
I mean, I do really love No Doubt, but I think, I don't know, I wouldn't say they're like one of my biggest influences, but I do love them.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I thought I'd ask. I loved No Doubt. I mean, I think for people my age, that was probably the intro to like ska music back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
They were probably one of the bigger acts. And also because I feel like I see parallels between you now and them back in the mid 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I used to love seeing them do is they would just like randomly break out like a Bad Brains cover, but like the hardcore version, like on TV. And I was like, holy shit, that's awesome. Like keeping it real. Cool. Well, thank you for coming on the show again. I will see you on Saturday. And what should I do to play out? I think let's play an old reel from my studios in 2016. How about that? Because you got to sponsor yourself on this show. So go hire me for all your video needs in the East Coast area.
Hell yeah.
All right. Any last things you want to shout out, or tours you want to, anything that you can announce, or news, or last words for the fans before you step off into touring for the rest of the year?
Catbite.net. It's got all our dates on it.
Carrot Top's here. Do you know the radioactive chicken heads?
No.
Oh man, you got it. That's your other homework for today, because back when they started out, they were called Joe and the Chickenheads, and they were actually a ska band. And wait, I got a picture of them for you, I think. Let's
Joe
see.
And the
If you like Guar and you like ska, You gotta check out the chicken heads
Okay.
and try to
like-
play with them when you're in LA.
I like
Carrot
that.
Top, you gotta go
Yeah.
see them when they're in LA. Go see them with who are you playing with there? Circle Jerk or
We're
That's in Tacoma.
Bouncing
Oh,
Souls
okay.
and
Bouncing
Souls and
Souls.
Anti-Flag is LA. We have a Santa Ana show that's the headliner, but that's sold out.
Gotcha.
So we'll be in LA in October.
Sweet. All right, guys, come see me for my birthday on Sunday. Yeah.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'll see you in a couple days.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Subscribe.